Can you just explain the deal that Karen McDougal signed with AMI, which is the parent company, National Enquirer, and a lot of other magazines? Because it's not a hush agreement like some others have signed.
No, it's not a hush agreement. It's a good question because what is the deal, or what are people saying the deal is?
Mm-hmm.
So the deal was amended right after the election to allow Karen to respond to any legitimate media requests.
Right.
So in that respect, it's not a hush agreement at all.
Right.
Before that, the deal was a modeling and writing contract where she would write columns, she would be on 2 covers, and she would be paid, and she would sell the limited rights to her story.
To her life story.
Yeah.
So essentially, AMI was buying the rights to her life story, so she couldn't tell her life story or sell her life story to anybody else. And they would also give her a number of columns, and she could appear on the cover of the magazine a couple of times.
That's right, but the way it unfolded is extraordinary because it shows how this was a coordinated effort to catch and kill negative stories about the president.
Well, that's what's interesting.
Yeah.
This term catch and kill, which a lot of people maybe don't know about, that's basically the allegation is that AMI, one of their magazines, the National Enquirer, that the man who owns it is friends with the president, and they would buy the rights to people's stories that were going to say something unflattering about the president, perhaps. They would buy the rights, but they would never write the story. They would never publish the story. They would kill the story. That's where the term catch and kill comes from.
That's right, but let me tell you how this unfolded. So Karen hired a lawyer in 2016 because her story was starting to leak, and the lawyer was supposed to be representing her. Now, it turns out that he has a relationship with Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's fixer, where he negotiates hush deals. He was Stormy Daniels' lawyer.
This is Keith Davidson.
Keith Davidson, that's right. Karen had no idea about this.
She didn't know that he was representing Stormy Daniels and others.
Didn't know he was representing Stormy Daniels, didn't know that there was the idea that he was coordinating with someone associated with Trump, no clue. He also has a relationship with AMI. And so when she retained him and thought he was representing her, he took her to ABC, and that was not to be paid. In other words, she was going to go and do a legitimate journalistic piece where she would tell her story. Mm-hmm. He also took her to AMI. He told her that AMI was going to pay her millions of dollars for this story. They sat down. She said everything that she had to say, and they said her story was worthless. When she got close to actually going on with ABC, all of a sudden, AMI resurfaced.
AMI has put out a statement, and I want to read what they said. They said, Karen has been free, has spoken freely, and remains free to speak regarding her story since the amendment made to her contract in 2016. The only thing she's limited from doing under her contract with American media is selling her story rights to another publisher or media outlet. That is not silencing Karen. So they're saying, yes, her contract was amended to allow her to respond to legitimate media inquiries through another attorney in 2016, and since then she's been able to speak. It's just they still own the rights to her life story.
And it sounds terrific. It's just not how they've behaved in private. And Ronan Farrow did a story about AMI catching and killing that prominently featured Karen, and she was terrified. She didn't sit down for an interview. She just answered some questions, she verified some things, and in the wake of that, they made clear, they said further disclosures would breach her contract and cause considerable monetary damages. I mean, there's no mistaking it. We have plenty of evidence to back up the fact that there was a year of intimidation, not physical intimidation, but giving Karen the impression that if she did what the contract, we believe, says she could do, that there would be economic or reputational consequences.
So that's why you're saying, you say you want her just out of this contract, because they're saying she's free to talk now, but you're saying, you know what, that's what they're saying publicly. We're afraid 2 years from now, when there's not attention on this, they're going to say something different.
That's exactly right. And Karen's willing to put her money where her mouth is. She will give the money back if that's the issue. If they're worried that at some point someone's going to do a story and there's going to be money, she will assign it to a nonprofit. She does not want AMI to profit from or control her through this contract. It's an illegal contract. It was obtained through fraud. It should be unwound. And if anyone's worried about her motives, we will address that. We will make it perfectly clear that her motive is to be free from this company.
Peter Stris, appreciate talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.